This is the Aviron Fit Bike and it makes fitness fun. Did Aviron sponsor this video? Yes. Did I actually have way too much fun riding the bike? Yes. So today I'm gonna share my experience with the Aviron Fit Bike. We'll cover my overall thoughts, the ride and workout types, the hardware from the screen, pedals, flywheel, how to adjust the bike, what it feels like, the community and competition features, which I had way too much fun on, Apple Watch, Strava integrations, and more. All of the time codes are down below. My parents don't work out as much as they probably should. And when they heard about this bike, they're like, oh, that's interesting. I actually want to try it. I actually might enjoy biking and working out. So I think habits, consistency are the two most important things when it comes to working out. It's not about the routine, what you do, how you do it. It's about showing up. And if this bike can help you do that, I think that can be profoundly amazing. Now we're gonna go through all the different ride and workout types. I'm actually gonna show you on the screen what they look like so you can feel that experience with me. They have over 1,000 different workouts, including multiplayer games, classes, and scenic rides. They have everything from strength and cardio. What makes Aviron unique is that there's immersive gamified workouts, so you stay addicted and you want to keep working out, and the workouts are short, so you're not spending too much time on this bike. Okay, our first category is quick start. So if you want to do any kind of workout, you don't want any scenic rides, this is the simple one where you just see all of your biking data. So we'll just go to the homepage and tap quick start. It's going to show us all our information, and we'll just tap go. Now I can see my miles, my total distance, the total time I've been biking, my current average watts, my speed in miles per hour, average miles per hour, calories burned calories per hour, kilojoules, cadence, RPM, and my heart rate because I connected my external heart rate monitor. And then down here, I see my resistance. Right now we're at 30. I can go down to as low as 10. Oh, now it's super easy, so my cadence should rise. Here we go. Maybe I want to go up to 60, so now it's gonna be even harder. It's gonna gradually increase. You can see my watts will go up because my resistance is much higher, and it's gonna just live update the data. So if I'm doing a heart rate based workout, I can see that information here. If I wanna do a power or wattage based workout, I can see my wattage right here, as well as speed and distance. Now that I'm done with the workout, I'm gonna hit exit. I can see my score details, how my last thing was and my best, and I get some experience coins, and I get all my high scores if I want to compete against myself as well. And there's my metrics monitor from the last workout. The next type is SkyQuest, which is kind of like a virtual ride in a virtual world, and it's going to auto adjust depending on the incline and where we're traveling to. We'll tap SkyQuest from the homepage here. They have a ton of different types of rides. You can see how hilly it is, the intensity levels. So I'm going to tap Breezy Flight because I want a 1.3 mile relatively easy ride. We have my car right there. We'll tap go, and now SkyQuest has begun. I'll see all my data down here from miles per hour, beats per minute, output, watts, RPM, calories, resistance, and here we go. And the goal is to get through these loops. So it's an interactive game, but it's also a virtual ride at the same time, in the sense that depending on the intensity, oh, I need to pedal a little slow, a little faster. I need to get the right pedaling speed so that I go through this hoop, boom, +6. So I can keep getting points and traveling through. That is SkyQuest. We'll exit, and then I can see my score details just like at the end of every other workout, and this will also be published to Strava, which we'll talk about later. And the next one, maybe my favorite one, is My Apps. So you can actually watch Netflix, YouTube, you can read Kindle, even scroll TikTok, very interesting, on the 22-inch HD screen. So let's show you. So we have TikTok, Kindle, which is downloading YouTube TV, Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Hulu, Paramount, Max. I'm gonna tap YouTube, obviously, because that's what I love. We'll tap go, and I can watch a YouTube video while I have my stats up here. So this I would use a lot because then I can do a zone 2 workout while I watch my own videos. Here is a great video about running. I just need to log in to get YouTube Premium. But now I can watch my YouTube video super easily without having to load anything up. I just show up, I start my zone 2 workout. I can see, okay, this is the wattage I want out. This is the heart rate I want. And all the data just shows up at the top of the screen. You can skip the ads. Wow, look at that guy, he's so good looking. If I wanna move the data inputs, I can move it to the top. I can increase or decrease my resistance as needed to make this harder or easier. And you can see heart rate's at 103. We're biking and we're watching the amazing Shervin shares. If you haven't subscribed, tap subscribe, turn on notifications for this channel because we love doing a whole bunch of fitness and tech videos. Next, what this bike is known for is games. So we're gonna dive into games. There's a ton of really cool games that you can play, like Rags to Riches, Blaze Breakers, which is actually my favorite. There's kind of Boss Breakers, No Tomorrow. There's different types of games, and depending on how you pedal, that's going to impact how you play the game. So the game is played via your resistance and your pedaling power output. Now I'm going to pick my favorite game, which is Blaze Breakers. You're going to be, let's tap easy here. We're going to do that avatar fire looks good. That street looks good. This is where I'm gonna put out a fire. You can also do this with a team. So I did this with my friend Alan once. We had the bike side by side, or we could do this virtually, where our goal is to put a fire out. So right now I'm going to start pedaling here, and there is my fire truck. And the goal of this game is to put the fire out. So the harder I pedal, the higher up the water is going to spray. Go! So now I'm pedaling medium. Maybe if I pedal harder, the water is gonna go up to the very top, but actually I see the fire is down here. So I'm gonna pedal a little bit easier. We wanna put that fire out. Oh, and that was another one. Oh, there's two. I don't know which one to get. We wanna put that one out, keep pedaling. Now it's turning, see the bars going down. We're putting out the fire. Oh shoot, no. Oh no, oh no, it's gonna burn down. No, too much pedaling, come on. Oh no. So that's the goal of the game. I'm already engaged and loving it, but I can play. I see my stats at the bottom, but I'm really looking at the fire and trying to put the fire out. And this is one of my favorite games that I played. You can do it with friends, team up and try to get the fires out together. And there's a plethora of other games that are also on there. So if that's not your jam, you can tap through and try them all. We're gonna heart this one. Next is competition. So I can actually compete against myself. I can compete against friends and family. I can compete against people online. So if we tap into the competition tab, I can see just this basic metrics monitor. I can do head-to-head. I can do a highly competitive 10-person race, a lightning lap where I'm racing myself essentially, my routine, and lightning lap lockout, target practice. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna do head-to-head, and I can compete one of my friends or anyone online. You can host a room, there's high scores. Time machine is against myself. For example, my friend David Moss Jr. also has this bike. I could compete against him. We're gonna go. Are we ready? I see all my data at the bottom, my resistance now. So as the faster I bike, the harder I bike, the more power output I have, the faster my little icon will go. And this becomes a fun way to compete against someone to the finish line. This is a 2-minute race to see who can get farther. Now, when it comes to competition and gaming, there is a group workout lobby where you can join your friends. I do have a couple friends on here, and I can join anyone else. There's a couple rooms I can go into and essentially play while working out at the same time with other people. It's kind of like playing video games online. And then there's the time machine option, which is where I compete with myself. And the next type is power play. This is where you can get a ton of different interval type workouts. So there's different power shifts that you can jump into, quick strikes, depends on what type of like intensity you're looking for. Zone 25, warm up, reverse climb, slow strength, takeoff. So this becomes very fitness focused and it makes it fun at the same time. So we're gonna check. So we're gonna select takeoff, which is a 10, 20, 30 hit workout. Easy because we're doing a lot of workouts right now. Go. And now again, I'll see all my stats at the bottom. I got my car, my little icon, 2 minutes, target 56 RPM. Here we go. 2 minutes, I gotta hold at 56 RPM. Resistance 50. Resistance is gonna increase. And if I go too fast, I'm gonna fall off the rails. Here we go. Now we're collecting points as we go through. So if I'm doing the right RPM there, I'll get the maximum amount of points. If I'm outside the RPM for this hit workout, I'll get the least amount of points. So I don't have to look at the RPM, I just need to make sure I'm within the right scoring points. I need to stay in my lane. Now there haven't been any people involved, but the next two ones will have people. We have a pro versus Joes where you can compete against professionals, and then we have coach classes if you want to get classes. Pros versus Joes isn't available yet, but coming soon. But coach classes, let me show you that. So now we've got all of the Aviron instructors right here. You can select the type of workout that you want. I actually want a foundation ride plus. So they're gonna guide me through the workout. There's a different kind of program. I can start from the beginning and go through the entire series just to get used to it and build a consistent habit.
Today for the first in our series of foundation rides, okay? So this ride is gonna be—
I can see all my stats at the bottom and I can hear them speak through the speakers.
Getting ourselves accustomed to how we should feel on the bike before we start adding some timers and really working on our speed and resistance intervals.
I can see my goal RPM on the top right, the level of intensity, and then all of the standard data right at the bottom, as well as my instructor guiding me through this class. Our second to last one is guided workouts where you can do on and off the machine. So let's tap inside. There are Tabata intervals for different max efforts. There's strength and endurance, and you can do these, a mix of workouts. So it's not just on the bike. If I scroll down here, there's a push-up section. They also gave us weights, so you can use some of their weights for different weight exercises. Rocket ride, climbing the mountain, the valley, so you want to build strength and stamina. There's a fat loss and anaerobic conditioning version. So I'm gonna select the push-up one just because I'm such a bro. And we can see here that it's ride 0.1 miles, rest 40 seconds, push-ups 10 reps. 66%, and I can see my next workout right up here, which is 10 push-ups. Once we're done, whew, you are doing great. We'll get off the bike, we'll do my 10 push-ups. This will be fun, 10 push-ups. Here we go. 1, 2, 8, 9, Back on the bike we go. And the next thing is ride. Squeeze your glutes to help maintain a neutral spine, it says. So we're even getting tips. All right, I'm ready. How does it know if I'm done? I'm done with the push-ups, coach. Tap the center of the screen, boom, 100%. So this is fun because you're not only building strength, but you're also building your cardiovascular system. And the last one is Scenic Destination. So they have a virtual option, we'll tap into here. And if you're someone who has this bike inside of the basement, garage, whatever it is, and you want gorgeous views while you're biking in a static location, they have a ton of options. You go to Thailand, Red Canyon, the US, Australia, or you can go to Portugal, France, so many different locations. I actually have never been to Australia, so I want to do that. We'll just tap in right there, hit go. And now I can start biking on this massive screen and feel like I'm in Australia going to go explore. I can change my resistance. I see all my data as I normally do at the bottom. And we're biking in Australia, baby. Now when it comes to community and competition, they make it super easy. You can add friends like we showed you before. There's a leaderboard where you can track your progress and have friendly competition with yourself and others in the globe, in your age group, as well as people that you're direct friends with. I can add my friends, I can invite them to workouts, and I can even go to the group workout lobby where I can see who's working out right now and we can compete and motivate each other to get workouts in. So it really feels like you're playing video games, yet at the same time you're working out, you're being healthier, and you're doing better things for your body. So that's kind of one of my favorite features. I think if you love playing video games, which I think most people do, it's very addicting, very easy, then taking the gamification aspect and adding your fitness piece to it to kind of carry you through can make this really fun and really easy to build a long-term habit. Now, there's also another cool integration here for music. If we tap on the bottom right, we can increase and decrease the volume of Aviron music, effects, and voices, as well as there's an Apple Music and Spotify integration where I can log into my Spotify account and play Spotify music while I'm on the bike. I can see the data to be able to compete with the past versions of myself. And there's also different kinds of medals that you can get. So there's a bronze, silver, and gold where you achieve it by doing a certain number of workouts per week. So they do gamify it. There's rewards, there's awards, and this just makes it more fun, more motivating to show up to the bike and actually get it done, because it's always fun to get really cool medals. Like this one, Netflix and Ride. Do one a day for 4 days a week as long as you watch Netflix and burn some calories. That looks awesome. Now, I love that the Aviron bike integrates with Apple Watch. If you watch my videos, I'm a huge Apple Watch, Apple Pay fan, but it also integrates with any Bluetooth heart rate monitor. So you can track your heart rate from the Apple Watch app directly to the bike, or you can connect to any Bluetooth heart rate monitor so you get all that data straight into the Aviron bike. And then that will also sync to Apple Health inside of the fitness app, so I can see my raw data in there as well, because that's really important to me, where I can pull it in. And then the second piece is integration with Strava. Once I finish the workout, it instantly syncs to Strava because I already logged in on the app. It sends all my data. People can give me kudos. They can see the type of workout I did and all my stats around it, including my heart rate. Since we're talking about the screen, let me give you a quick overview. We have my profile on the left here. My username is Shervin Shares. If you want to add me as a friend, I can see my workout history, edit my profile on the left-hand side. And there's settings where I can connect my heart rate device, like my Apple Watch, a Whoop, whatever external heart rate monitor I might have, my account information, and any other Bluetooth devices. On the top left, I can see that I achieved a 1-week streak. I see my username, how many workouts I've done, 11 of 20 for November, how far I am to level up from amateur, the different popular categories, as well as the main categories, which we did go through. And on the bottom, and then I can see my friends. So like Luis is my friend. I can see all the rides that she's done, her total time, her stats, her data, as well as Austin here as well, who added me too. And then we have our heart rate connection down here. So right now I'm connected to my Whoop, which I can see my live heart rate right there. And if I want to, I can connect my Apple Watch as well by going into the Aviron app on the Apple Watch, activating it by tapping go. And then I can see my live heart rate on the Apple Watch, as well as the heart rate zone that I'm in. And that is going to show on the Aviron bike. And lastly, I can select my music and connect to Wi-Fi as needed. It does support 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band, so you'll be able to most likely connect in better places without as much interference. Now I'll talk about the hardware of the screen. So this comes with a 4-way pivoting 22-inch HD monitor. As you can see, it turns 90 degrees to the left, 90 degrees to the right. And when whether you're on the bike or you're looking at the workout off the bike, it also tilts. So I can tilt it up about this far, and then I can tilt it down about this far as well. It has two 10-watt speakers to blast music. I can control the volume right here. And it has a built-in 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band. So right now we're outside, and I've had products that we had test out here. They can't connect to the Wi-Fi, but this was able to connect out here. So the speakers are here. We got a microphone right here. Let's see how it sounds when I turn the volume up. Surprised from the things that we learned while testing it. Now, the first thing we're going to test is the exterior and interior dimensions. Does this thing actually fit in your space? And do you, as a person, actually fit inside of the sauna? We're here at my friend's Lauren's house here in New York City. This is an apartment, which is Now we're going to talk about the hardware of the pedals and the flywheel and essentially what the ride experience is like. So they did upgrade us to the SPD pedals. You can see there's SPD clips on the bottom. And if you don't have those shoes, you can just slide your feet in here. So maybe you have family who doesn't have those and doesn't want to get them. Boom, you're good. Maybe you have guests who want to visit and then just use the regular shoes. So you have both sides, which that makes it really convenient. This is an upgrade. You can see the flywheel is actually on the back here. It uses advanced electromagnetic resistance. So one of the values of it being on the back is that if you're sweating, right, that can damage it. Sweat is corrosive. So it's on the back here, you're less likely to sweat on this flywheel. And unlike traditional spin bikes, Aviron uses 160 resistance levels. So you can have a peak output of 1500 watts, which is insane. I probably can't even bike more than 300 watts, to be honest with you. But with all that, you have precise control of how much resistance you have, and it allows you to do different kinds of workouts, whether it's cardio, strength, so you can have a lot of workout variety with this bike. So with the standard pedals, they look very similar. You're just gonna get the shoe clip that goes inside with the string that wraps around. With the upgrade, you do just get the SPD clip. So they don't look that much different. It's just minor change. The pedals are just a bit larger on the SPD version, whereas the shoe version is a bit smaller. Now we're gonna do some sound tests on how loud the bike is. So speaking, I'm around 58, 55 decibels. No speaking, it shows 35. So now if you zoom out, I'm gonna pedal and we're gonna see how loud this bike is by putting the microphone by it and showing you the audio levels. So it looks like we're getting around 48 decibels with the bike. If you have a sleeping child in the room, this can be a bit loud. It's kind of like you're speaking in the room. So just keep that in mind based on where you're gonna put the bike. Now let's talk about the hardware of the bike itself, how to adjust it, what it's like sitting on the bike. So what I do like is it's reinforced steel construction, which means it's very high quality build. It has a low frame for an easy on and off, so I can easily climb up onto the bike and put my feet into the pedals. You know, some of the bikes might be too high. There's literally nothing here. I can even step in through and just sit up if I want, put my feet on the pedals and then get up super easily. I don't have to lift up and over very much. The bike weighs about 139 pounds. It does have 2 wheels on the front, so I can just lean this forward and be able to roll it anywhere into another room if I need to. The max weight supported by this is 350 pounds. The dimensions are 62 inches in the length, 22 inches in the width, and 60.5 in the height. The footprint is 3.5 feet by 2 feet in terms of the width. So just make sure you have enough space because the bike can be small, but you can see the mat takes up a substantial amount of space. You also want the space to be able to walk up to the bike, get on the bike. So you can't just put this up against the wall. You could in theory, but you need a little bit of space to be able to get on and off the bike and just have some room where you don't feel like you're claustrophobic. When it comes to the height of individuals, the height recommendations they have on their website is 5'1" to 6'8". So it does support a very wide range. I'm about 6 feet tall, so I'm almost in the middle of that range. So if you're about 8 to 9 inches taller or shorter than me, then you should be good when it comes to riding this bike. For all those heights and weights, how does it adjust? How do you adjust it? What are the different things that you can do? We already talked about how the screen can swivel, but the top handlebars, we can go ahead and unlock it here. The handlebars slide forward and back, depending on your preference. And if you want, you can also tilt the handlebars up and down slightly. And then we also have the adjustment here, where we can raise the handlebars up and down. So it goes all the way up as high as here, as well as all the way down as low as you need. So it does offer a ton of height adjustments. We have 2 cup holders here where I like to put my iPhone in one and maybe some hydration in the second one. And then we have the seat adjustments here where I can loosen the seat and move the seat forward and back as needed, as well as adjusting the height of the seat by coming here. And we can adjust the height of the seat up and down, as well as 2 components back here where we can place our 3-pound Aviron dumbbells for a weighted and spin bike workout. They also do have a Victory treadmill as well as an Aviron Strong rower. So if you prefer different kinds of workouts, they do offer those types of products too. And lastly, they did provide us with some accessories. They upgraded pedals. There's an Aviron mat that is an additional accessory, as well as customizable dumbbells. So I can have different kinds of weights for different types of workouts. So it's not just about cardiovascular training on the bike, but also strength training, which is included in the bike and all of their membership plans. It's all in one. You can get all the types of workouts you need to maximize your longevity and maximize your health. We also have the extra cushion seat to feel more comfortable if you're doing long rides. It is a bit bigger. If we put the traditional seat next to it, you can see this is the original seat that comes included. And then they also have the cushioned cloud seat, which is right here. It just has more surface area, so you feel more comfortable and you have less pressure on your glutes while you're riding. Now, the price of this bike is $23.99. Sometimes there's special discounts. There's also a membership, which is per month if it's billed monthly, and that will get you unlimited user user profiles on your bike. And it's the Aviron family membership. So if you have a family, big, small, whatever size, they can all have accounts, be able to have access to all the apps and all the different features. Now, what are my final thoughts? I think the gamification aspect of this bike are huge. A lot of people play games. I think games are addicting. We love to go on social media, and all that stuff is easily accessible on here. I can watch YouTube, I can play games, I can have fun. The games are really fun. They're really addicting. Competing with my friends, I forget that I'm biking the entire time and I'm like playing the game, and the biking part is just secondary. So if you're someone who wants to work out and you kind of struggled with developing a habit, and you know that you enjoy playing games or having some kind of gamification aspect to it, this bike I think is honestly the best one out there. Aviron did sponsor this video, and they're not making me say that, but having biked on it, I truly do enjoy going on this bike. So if you're thinking about getting a bike and you need a fun way to work out, or a treadmill or a rower, Aviron has made it the most fun out of any at-home fitness product that I personally ever tried. So I highly recommend you check them out if this is something you want to add to your workout routine. So if you do want to get one of these bikes, click the link in my description to get one today. And since you enjoyed this video, turn on notifications, subscribe, follow me on all the socials at Shervin Shares. I love testing fitness, tech, home equipment. We'll keep adding more. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.